And it's the Mad Master here. Do another video, and this is kind of in a fucking wow. I'm in traffic again, and it's raining. So wish me luck. I just wanted to have a little thing, a reflective video that I'm doing on certain things certain thoughts that I had, that I just wanted to kind of say that this year has been pretty fucking hard, but there was a time in May where things were looking pretty good, and we were locked down even May and June, but I don't know, things were looking good. I mean, those 2 months, something happened in June, which I'm not going to mention in this video. I may talk about it one day, but it kind of pulled me down into where I was before. This has been going on since February, you know, January, late January, early February, you know, with my breakup and stuff, just depression and hopelessness about the future. Now, what happened in January and February is I started going to open mics for comedy. I could barely fucking do it. I could barely do it because I was so depressed. I was like, I had a hard time keeping it together in January, February, as far as doing comedy and stuff. And then I was going to do some more music open mics, but then the world locked down, which still is locked down to some extent. Probably not as harsh as before, but still pretty much a lot of places. So it was kind of thoughts about that. But then I got into some more stuff, like some more new age kind of shit in March, April, May. And I was doing well for a while in May. I was feeling like things were going a different route. Watching a lot of Joseph Ally and watching a lot of fucking Agnes Vivarelli, Roxy Talks, some other people, and it was going pretty well. And then, you know, this things happened. I was doing all sorts of different exercises and stuff. But what I'm saying in this video is that I'm announcing pretty much that I'm going to be back into all the stuff I was into in May. April, May. I was starting to see some differences, and some of the differences didn't happen for a while, even after. I'm going to give you an example, and maybe it's controversial to talk about this, but something happened about 3 weeks ago. See, what happened was, in February, March, and people might not think that, people may think this is a coincidence. I was talking to this girl from the same town where my ex lived in. And I was like, oh my God, this is wild. What if I like started dating her and got to do that? Got to go down there and show her up, you know, and stuff. It was kind of funny. So the ironic thing is that I didn't meet up with this girl, but months later I was just like really wanted this. I was like, I want to go back to Rockford. Oh, I just gave it away, but whatever. It was just like this one of these things like I got kind of obsessed with for a little bit. And then ironically, excuse me, that's not the virus. It's my my spicy food I just ate, for real. The irony is my next date that I had was a girl in Rockford. We went to a restaurant, and that kind of triggered a lot of stuff about my ex, unfortunately. And it was kind of funny because I also asked that girl previously in like March if she knew my ex and stuff. She didn't, but this other girl I had to date with does know her. It's kind of funny. So it's kind of one of those ironies. But did I manifest that? Oh, who knows? But it seems kind of strange. Maybe I did, because I was kind of just like, oh man, that would be really interesting, you know. Didn't turn out to be good, but, you know, it is what it is. So right now, I'm just on the precipice of returning to a lot of the positive thinking that I was doing, even though it's very difficult right now, because right now things are really just fucking up in the air and contentious and stuff. I got a new apartment, which is pretty damn big, even for all the stuff I own. Shit. Who is that a cop? No, I don't think so. All right. So I'm just worried about cops. I'm going to be doing these things. Shit. Sorry. I'm going to be doing these things, you know, starting tonight. All these things I was doing in May, all these exercises and all this manifestation work and shit. And it's, you know, shit. Oh yeah. Battery warning. It's going to be difficult to keep a good habit with all this stuff, but and Joseph Ally has talked about revision a lot, you know, as far as being the best manifestation exercise. Well, I'm going to try to get deeply into that too. I was going to do it, you know, since I read about it, and I didn't really follow through on doing my 25 or 50 days. I keep fucking that up. But I'm just going to start doing the best I can with all this stuff. I can go to work 4 days a week, you know. Why can't I do manifestation work and all my other stuff, all my rituals and stuff, you know, 4 or 5 days or 7 days a week? Not that hard. So, and sadly, it has been a challenge just keeping consistent with stuff. There's a lot of changes going on in my life, you know. I kind of had a sort of falling out with a longtime friend, and certain family members I'm not talking to. You know, there's things going on that are weird. There's certain family members I wasn't talking to for a long time that I am talking to. That's a positive thing, you know, but it is a challenging time, obviously. But yeah, I'm gonna take the deep dive into the stuff, and it's gonna be difficult because I'm so much like a lot of other people. I'm very addicted to negative thinking and negative thought patterns. But thankfully, I've proven that at certain times in my life, I've been able to do these, you know, positive thinking things or manifestation things, you know, and yielded results. So whether or not that date, you know, the girl from Rockford was a manifestation, I don't know, but it's pretty damn weird, especially since she knew my ex. Because I was like, oh, I want to make my ex jealous. You know, it was like March of this year. I was like, oh, I want to meet someone that knows my ex, and we got to make her jealous. It was kind of funny that I had those thoughts. That turned out to be my next date, because I hadn't had a date for a long time. Some shit happened in May or June that fucked up some of my dates and stuff. So I'm not going to go into that, but some things that there was something that happened particularly. But God, one day maybe I'll talk about it, but maybe not. Who knows? But I'm back on track. You know, I'm trying to get back on track, but I think I'm back on track. It's been really difficult to get back on track with all this stuff. But starting tonight, yeah, I'm gonna do the Neville Goddard revision technique. Do I have to do it about the earliest memory, blah, blah, blah? I don't know. I was going to start backwards because I wrote them up to a certain point and then I go backwards. I might do it that way just for fun. And sadly, I didn't do that because I said I was going to do it by October. I'm going to do the 25 days. I'm going to try to do 25 days again, do all the memories. So I'm unpacking all this stuff from my old place, which it's a new start for me, you know, living in this new place. And I got a lot more sun coming in my windows, which is pretty cool. It's like I had 2 smallish windows at my attic place, but that's different now. You know, I don't have that kind of problem. I have these huge windows. I look at it from like across the way, because there's a park in my backyard. There's this huge park, and then there's like the street. I actually looked at the street. I looked at the street, or no, not looked at the street. I looked from the street in my apartment. I'm like, that's fucking huge. Oh my God. It's at least like 2 or 3 times, it's like 3 or 4 times the size of where I was living. I mean, it was in a house, but as far as like all the space that I get to claim, it's 2 or 3 times bigger, or maybe even more than that. So it's pretty nice. I'm about to go home and work on shit, trying to get my recording computer set up so I can keep doing my music and playing guitar and stuff. So I play with these virtual amps, you know, like in an apartment. I'm gonna have to play with my Moore G250 I just bought. I was playing with a V amp for years, but I have this Moore thing. Oh shoot, I burped. Burped my first burp in a video, oh my God. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm going to be probably doing more videos too, of course, because I'm addicted to doing these videos. Not gonna do any videos today other than maybe one that I was gonna do about Supernatural again. No more virus videos for today though. I'm done talking about it. No, I've talked about it to death. I'm not done talking about it in general, but today I'm done with talking about it. Because I'm sick of talking about it. But snowed here. It's kind of shitty out, but it's not that cold. It's like 36 degrees. Snow is melting. But I'm also going to be getting a new hat. This is like some Australian fucking rancher hat thing that I actually got this a long time ago, and I dug it out when I moved. I found it. I'm like, I put it on. I'm like, wow, that looks fucking cool. Especially with my battle jacket, which I also have finally made. And I'm gonna go turn here. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, so I mean, I have a new look, sort of. You know, let's try this for a while. I'm gonna buy a Richie Blackmore hat and start wearing that instead. If I can find whatever hat. I don't know if it was a pilgrim hat, what he was wearing. Can't remember what kind of hat, but I like the video. What's that video called? Death Alley Driver, the rainbow video. I want to get a hat like he's wearing in that video. I'm gonna start wearing it. Maybe become like a stage thing. You never know. Like when I get back on stage with one of my projects or bands, I might start wearing a hat. I'm not balding by any means, but I mean, I do have a receding hairline, but it's not because of that. Like Jeff Tate's band did fucking that infamous vests and hats in this one band pic because all of them are balding. It's fucking hilarious. So it's pretty funny. On Crossroads, I'm on the Crossroads. Where's the fucking the devil giving me a deal? It's Crossroads Drive. So yeah, I mean, I want to start, you know, I'm still gonna buy clothes and shit just because we have to wear masks right now in certain places. Doesn't mean I can't fucking look good, you know. Especially outside when I don't wear a mask. I don't give a fuck. Went to Trader Joe's today. I didn't wear a mask until I had to go in the store itself. Oh, I'm talking about the virus! Oops. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Do affirmations every day. Start doing them every day, I should say. And do a lot of the Joseph Allied techniques. Do a lot of the, just a huge clump of stuff that I'm gonna be doing. It's gonna be a little difficult to keep that going every day, but I'm gonna try. Revision, you know, Neville Goddard. I'll start doing that tonight. I have like 30 or 40 things I would revise, you know. Some of them contradict each other, you know, like maybe if I revise, you know, if you believe in this revision thing, maybe one of them would be like, oh, you dated this person, but if you would have revised this previous thing, you probably would have never dated them, you know, because you would have been doing something else. I don't know. You know, we'll see what happens. It's all an experiment. Do I believe that revision works? I don't know. I mean, I guess it's kind of like, think about manifestation. Does it work? I think somewhat it does. Sometimes it does. Or it does somewhat, or maybe it does. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it is something. But if manifestation works, manifesting backwards, so to speak, should work too, right? Because there's no time. Time is an illusion. So manifestation, so revision is almost like manifestation backwards. It's not backwards, but it's like, it's like using the past to influence the future. Like, I guess the you know, I've used examples about revision before, like, you revise this memory and then maybe this will happen, like, you revise like how you treated someone in a relationship and like they call you or something, or you revise a job, like how you know, an interview for a job and you get a similar job that you lost out on the interview that you had before, stuff like that. Maybe it works. It seems pretty interesting though, so I'm gonna start doing that too. I've had a hard time doing manifestation, partly because it's tough to like get myself in that imagined like feeling. It's hard to feel things, you know. I think it's hard for me to feel things sometimes, like actually feel them, because I'm at this like weird state a lot of the time. I've talked about that. I haven't talked about that at all in these videos, but I think it's like I'm at this like logical state a lot of the time. This like rational, logical feeling. Feelings are hard to like channel. So when I'm doing manifestation work, you know, they say you don't really necessarily have to feel that much, but sometimes, but it's harder to feel for me. You know, I think it's more effective if you feel a lot when you try to manifest stuff. So anyways, I'm going to be trying this shit again. I'm going to try to have my own great reset of May, you know, what I was doing in April and May. Great reset of myself and a great reset. Fucking great reset. A new reset into what I was doing. Positive thinking, positive, you know, outcomes, hopefully. It's hard, but I'm going to try. And work very hard at it. Work every day in every way. Because I got the room to do it. You know, like, doing this Tony Robbins thing for a long time, and I would never do it after a while because I would just be like, I'll wake my roommate up downstairs, you know, or, you know, walking around on my this thing I used to do. Now I just can fucking do it because it's like I have space and nobody's there. And all these affirmations and all these like kind of things. The only thing I can't do is I can't burn sigils, like, unless it's in the bathroom or something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna try, you know, do a lot of different stuff, but I will break out of this. We'll break out of this funk, this stagnant life that I've lived, and especially with the promise of what May brought. It was just, things were starting to happen, you know. Things feel like of May and June, you know. And yeah, maybe I'm reading too much into certain things that, you know, people did or people said. Certain people that seem to be doing certain things that made me think that things were going to get better. Oh, but anyways, yeah. So that's pretty much all. I'd suggest anybody that is suffering in this crisis, try to do some stuff like this. Live as if, you know, try to get yourself out of this fucking trap. You know, it's gonna be, it's a difficult path out of this dark tunnel that we're going through, but maybe there is light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe there is. I'm hoping there is, you know. It's gonna be positive, you know. Go back to, you know, next year, dating life's back to where it should be. Things are getting better. People aren't crazy. Be able to go to shows, be able to shake hands instead of elbow bump. Not have to wear a mask. Fucking, you know, have a normal fucking reality in life. Like, why the fuck, you know, why not? Why can't we try to get our unconscious minds aligned with that old, you know, not necessarily the old reality, but a better reality than this, you know? It's because it's fucking such a clusterfuck this year has been. It's almost over, you know? I mean, my bad year started in January, as I said. It was just a weird feeling that I had. You know, I was pretty depressed. I was just, felt like I was dying, actually. And, I still have the pains of that happening sometimes. So, but I don't think it's going to be, I don't think anything lasts forever, you know? I don't think it's going to last forever. Any of this stuff, I'm hoping. I don't only mean the things themselves, but I mean just my feelings about everything, the way that I live my life, the bad things in my life, will they last forever? Or, you know? No, they will not. The dark tunnel, you know. Start having the basic thoughts that, oh, we're going through this for a reason. I mean, we have to give our lives meaning, you know. Going through this for a reason. There's going to be gold at the end of the rainbow, or at the end of the dark tunnel, not the rainbow, because the rainbows are good. There's gold at the end of the tunnel. There's better than I've ever had, you know, better things that I've a better life that I've ever had before in my life, like just 1,000% better in every way. So we gotta start thinking that. And there's no astrology involved in that. You know, I was told by an astrologer that starting in mid-December, you know, things are gonna get better for people of my type, I guess. I mean, I hope so, you know. Told my friend that has a similar alignment of stuff in his chart that's going to happen. We'll see, though. You know, this could be a dark tunnel. Just hope it's not hell, you know. Hope it's just a dark tunnel. And, you know, I pass by businesses that aren't closed, and fucking my old kung fu place I used to go to that hasn't reopened hardly. It's sad, you know. It's just have to get back to something, you know. I think we can. I think we can get there. You know, get back to a normality that isn't new, but is normality. Why not? You know, why do we have to have it be new? All these pontificators and all these, you know, people could all be wrong, you know, that I talk about in my Rufus McDoofus videos. You know, it's like, it's a lack of foresight and vision and imagination. It's people just underestimate humanity and consciousness and people. What do they want? I don't know. I don't know why they're doing this. I think they're doing something. I know they're doing something. I don't know why. I don't know why they're doing it. So, but as far as my own life, you know, getting back to the May optimism is what I'm doing. May is my birthday month. You know, May 24th is my birthday, and around that time, I started to really, things were looking up. You know, things were getting better. I felt like, I mean, my job went to shit pretty quickly, but I was like, hey, you know, things could turn around in my life. You know, I really had that optimism and hope. And then it died, but I don't really think I could get any lower than I have this year, honestly. Just really, even when I got depressed, ironically, it wasn't even close to where I was in February. February was the worst. So that was the worst month for me. That was before all this shit started too, that's the irony. But I just didn't know what was going on in my life. I just felt lost. But the virus stuff obviously didn't help, but it didn't really make me any lower, so than I already was. But that'll change. So just as a message, a final parting message of this video, we have to stay strong. We have to try to find out what we need to do to get out of this timeline, as they call it. You know, getting into that shit too, these timelines, you know. We'll get out of this timeline and get back into the good one. 2019 was a pretty good one, you know. I had a girlfriend and I was seeing her once or twice a week. Or, well, once a week, because we live distance. You know, having a good time with her. Of course, there were problems and issues, obviously. But the unfortunate thing is that the rug got pulled under for me, you know, pulled from under me, I should say. But I'm gonna try to get back to those days, those optimism, you know, the waking up and fucking, you know, realizing that you have all these things that are blessed in your life. Like, my job was going well. My music wasn't going, you know, it could have been better. Like, but I was working with this Venezuelan singer and, you know, the drummer from England, or lives in England now. And things were going pretty well. It wasn't going the greatest, but, you know, other things, other business ideas and all these other things were going. Mainly it was taken over by my girlfriend and stuff, my life, but it was still hopeful and fun and exciting. Not in the way that this is exciting. This is not exciting in the way that I like, you know, but gotta get back to that hope and believe again. You know, I wrote this song, Believe Again. I wrote it several years ago, about 2 years ago to this month, I think. I started writing this song. And I think the song launched something in my head that brought me to a lot of the success in 2019, honestly. It sounds weird, but it's true. Sometimes songs can influence you. They're almost like magical sigils, you know, if you write a song that's about something. And I feel like that song kind of brought me into that state where things are going to get better. And they will again, because I believe again.